Okay, welcome to our podcast. Once again, we've been on a little break. Nothing really too interesting in the last few weeks, so we didn't really feel the need to set out some videos. But we're going to be back for one of the best cards of the year, UFC 322, Islam versus JDM. So let's start this card off with Borshev versus Camilo. I don't know. I like Borshev. I feel like he's honestly not that bad. He kind of ran into two prospects.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's not good.
He's not. Yeah, he's definitely not good. He's kind of entertaining a little bit. I feel like, but I mean, I'm gonna pick him to win. I'm not super confident with the decision, but I mean, I don't know a ton about Camilo. He's lost his UFC debut by to Gabe Green. I don't think that's a great look. Obviously, Borshaw. I mean, he's been on a rough streak here, but I feel like his back's kind of against the wall. I think he needs a win. He's beaten decent guys before. I don't know.
I mean, I think his Sadikov is, I think, pretty good, honestly. And I feel like you have a draw with Sadikov, that shows like he obviously ran in the Chase Hooper like absolutely dominated him, but like I don't know,
Yeah, he
Chase
kind of
Hooper's
gets dominated.
what? Yeah, when you lose like Tom Nolan dominated him, Chase Hooper dominated him, Terrence McKinney
Yeah,
just finished him quick.
yeah. I feel like he needs. I feel like once he gets going in fights, like he can work to improve. But I don't think he's terrible. I think he needs a win here.
Yeah, I think his last few
I think
losses,
he just needs to
obviously,
win.
yeah, he's faced some higher level opponents in his last few fights, so I feel like what are you
I
supposed
mean,
to
I
do?
don't know.
But
I
I
don't
think
know
yeah,
how. I don't know what I consider Terrence McKinney, but if you lose to Terrence McKinney, that's how it is. Always
yeah.
quick.
But yeah, I think Borshev will win it most likely. Camilo, like I said, we don't know much about Camilo, so I mean he's like he hasn't really been losing your
You don't.
Gabe Green, yeah. Who's Gabe? I'm joking, but you know what I mean. Can't lose to Gabe Green. But yeah, I think we're both going to Borshev on that one. I think Borshev by decision probably.
Yeah.
Uh, Next is Maraskal versus Pat Sabatini.
Uh,
Well,
Rascal, he's on a big win streak here, but I don't know. I feel like he hasn't beaten the best competition here or anything. Mostly decisions. He had the win over Jack Jenkins from injury. I don't think he. I feel like he's just not as good as a 5 fight win streak. I mean, Pat Sabatini's not great, but I mean, beat Joe Anderson Brito. He's definitely beaten some decent guys. Like he's got finished against. I don't know. He did lose. I don't know. He's a slight favorite. I'm just gonna go with him. This isn't a huge fight, but I think that Pat Sabatini can get it done. He's from New York too, I believe. No, Pennsylvania.
close. I don't know. But I honestly don't really care about this fight whatsoever, so I'm just going to choose Maraskal. I think he'll keep the momentum going. Obviously, I don't think either of them are super high caliber, um, but I think Maraskal is just going to keep it going probably. And like I said, I don't really care about this fight whatsoever. It's kind of
Yeah,
just
I'm not super excited for
a lot of these fights you're like they don't really add to the plot much. You're just like, oh, it's gonna be like with the Borshaw fights, like it'll be exciting to watch, but you don't really care what happens honestly. So I think I'm just gonna go Maraskal, probably by let's see, by knockout round two. See what happens. I don't really care.
I'll go 17 by decision. But see. Next fight, a lot better. Pretty excited for this one. Everybody, Malcolm Wallmaker versus Cody Haddon. This is definitely Wallmaker. Like Wallmaker is a big prospect. I feel like right now a lot of people are kind of hopping on the hype train. Cody Haddon's definitely his toughest opponent for
Yeah.
sure that he's had. I mean, we haven't seen that much from Wellmaker. Obviously, all we know is that he has just a crazy right hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's definitely impressive. I mean, he's been undefeated. I actually like it. Doesn't I don't care really who the opponents are against. Like, be putting guys out like that at bantamweight's pretty rare. Like he definitely hits. He's definitely one of the hardest hitting bantamweights, and I feel like I mean, I think he's. I'm just gonna bet on him by knockout again.
I don't know. This is a hard one to pick. I mean, Cody Haddon's his only loss is to Steve Erceg pretty early in his career. Um, like I mean, it's obviously they both have less than 10 fights or 10 or less fights. So it's not like they have like a crazy amount of fights going into it.
it's a good prospect.
So
Whoever wins this,
yeah,
will
we'll get
moving up,
top 15 next matchup probably,
maybe.
or somewhere close to that. Somewhere close by the top 15. Maybe not exactly top 15, but somewhere near that. I don't know. Like I like Mount Wellmaker, but I don't know. I think Cody Haddon might actually get it done. If we're being honest, I think Cody Haddon will. I mean, we said, we don't know too much about Wellmaker, or we don't know too much about Haddon. So it's kind of like this is kind of a shot in the dark. I feel like
I mean, I think we definitely know that
more
Haddon's
about
more of a grappler and
yeah.
Wellmaker's a striker, but
Like we know,
I
like
mean,
yeah.
all I know, like I know for a fact, it doesn't take a like you just trust your eye test. I'm just gonna trust the eye test. Malcolm Wellmaker clearly hits
super hard. Yeah.
That's clearly a skill that not a lot. Like, I don't see many other bantamweights right now doing that to anybody.
Nah, yeah.
Putting guys out with one punch.
No,
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
continue to trust what I saw. I mean, he's gonna get tested in this one, I think,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. But I don't know. I
No.
trust that right hand. I think that's a proven skill that he has.
Yeah, Wellmaker's grappling. He's got 2 wins by submission, so it's not like he has zero
people
grappling.
act like, I mean, we haven't seen it, but
We haven't
I think
seen it
he can
yet.
stay on his feet. I don't think he's gonna get dominated on the ground.
No, I think this is actually a really close fight. I don't know. I'm just gonna have a little sneaky pick here. Just I'll look good if I get it right. If I get it wrong, but I did Wellmaker's a beast, dude. I think I'm gonna go against my gut on this one, just because sometimes you gotta watch a star fall. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go Cody Haddon by decision. I think he's gonna get a smudge victory. Something not super entertaining. Maybe he'll probably get knocked out, for being honest. But I'll look good if
Just make a pick.
Yeah, all right. Cody Haddon by decision.
I'm going Wellmaker knockout. I gotta trust the right hook.
All right, we'll go on. Let's do the Gerald Meerschaert versus Kyle Daukaus. Dude, GM3, bro. He's ready.
I don't know. It's just to pick Gerald Meerschaert in 2025. Feels like I don't know. I could definitely see him getting it done. That's just what he does. If you don't knock him out in the first round, he'll somehow pull something off late. But I just can't trust myself to it's like picking. You can't just count on a fluke. You know, Daukaus is the favorite. He's been out of the UFC for a while. He seems to have been on a good run, wherever he was. I'm just gonna have to pick him by knockout.
No, bro, not it. I'm going GM3 by submission.
I would never bet on Gerald Meerschaert.
GM3 by submission. You heard it here first. I see that how it's going. Angela Hill versus Fatima Klein. We do not care. Angela Hill, honestly.
I'll pick Fatima Klein again. With these women's fights, you just gotta look. She's a heavy favorite. She's actually got some knockouts on her record, which is good to see. She's knocked out her last 2 opponents. Angela Hill is old as fucking dirt. I feel like she's 40 years old. I'm not picking
Angela Hill, split decision. You heard it here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Go Bangsinger, Susarkayev.
Susarkayev, again, let's not overthink this.
It's pretty obvious, yeah.
I know he didn't look great in his last fight.
He looked good though.
I don't know.
McConaughey?
I don't think Susarkayev's striking's great. I think he's just gonna get back to the basics, just take him down.
Honestly, no offense to Eric McConaughey, he got a robbery victory over Cody Brundage, in my opinion. I don't think he beat Cody Brundage in his last fight. And if you didn't beat Cody Brundage, if you're worse than Cody Brundage, I don't think you're beating Susarkayev, if we're being honest. I think Susarkayev is a much better opponent than Cody Brundage. So I think this is just honestly Susarkayev round 1 submission, if we're being. I think he runs right through McConaughey. This is a pretty straightforward one. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez.
Blanchfield. Tracy Cortez, I don't know. I feel like she always loses when she gets put up in competition. I don't know. She's not terrible, but not great. I feel like Blanchfield's just high level.
I mean, she fought Tracy Cortez a while ago. I mean, it's been a while, so obviously they got better. I mean, her only recent loss is to Manafure. who just obviously is coming off a major win, right? Is it Jasmine? Yeah, she just fought. She just destroyed Jasmine Jasudavicius in the first round or something like that. So obviously that win age is pretty good. Tracy Cortez, her only loss is to Rose. I mean, or one of her only losses is to Rose, so it's not like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I feel like,
She's younger.
yeah, I feel like it's a close fight on paper. Um,
I don't think it's gonna be a barn run or anything.
no, I don't think it'd be super entertaining. Like Tracy Cortez is good, Aaron
There have been some
Blanchfield's
crazy
good.
women's fights
They
lately.
have been. Honestly,
But
like,
the ones on this card, I'm not looking
no,
forward to.
like I don't want to sound like a super hardcore, but I watch. Oh, dude, some of these women's fights are really good. Like,
It's been like a couple recently.
yeah, like you've had, like, obviously it's like there's less women fighters, so when you have really good women fights, you're like, dude, some of these women fights are being good. But like still, like a lot of them aren't as good as they should be. So probably Aaron Blanchfield by decision. I don't think
Yeah.
we have to look too far into this one. She'll probably Tracy Cortez will probably just stand a distance to get hit in the face for 3 rounds.
Try not to overthink these yet.
Yeah. All right, I think we're heading up to Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodriguez, a fight that I'm actually really excited to
Yeah.
watch.
This is a great fight. I don't know. I'm going with Kopylov. He's a slight underdog in this one, but I don't know. RoboCop is like he's really good. He obviously has great power.
Awful cardio.
He had not good cardio, and I feel like like he dropped Jared Cannonier in the first round,
Yeah.
which I feel like people were impressed by. But I don't know. Cannonier didn't look great.
He's been on a kind of a bad streak. Yeah.
And then he lost 2 fights in a row before that. I mean, obviously he knocked out Jack Hermanson, great knockout,
Oh, yeah.
scary knockout. But like I feel like I don't know. I feel like Kopylov just looked like shit in his last fight for sure. But I don't know. Again, I feel like he's one of these guys. He's coming off a loss. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how that loss ages to
Paulo
Paulo
Costa. Paulo Costa was on a weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Paulo Costa is weird. Like we know he has skill. I'm honestly not super shocked that he lost that fight. Like Paulo Costa's kind of good
Yeah.
with that. I don't know, brawl type of style. I feel like Kopilov's just gonna be. I think he's too good. I don't think he's gonna get knocked out by RoboCop, and I don't see him. I don't see RoboCop really beating anybody. I mean, most of the times he's losing, and then he'll get a knockout. And I feel like he's just gonna be losing, and just keep losing. I'm picking Kopilov by decision.
No, honestly,
He needs this one too. After that.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think RoboCop by KO. Honestly, probably first or second round. If it goes past the first round, RoboCop's chances go down by quite a lot. But like,
that's not. I feel like a lot of his knockouts. But I swear he'll be losing, and then he just knocks him out in like second round.
yeah, I feel like, but as the fight goes on, his chances will get worse because his cardio is just so bad. I think unless he just tries to fight a different fight and doesn't drain the tank right away. I mean, you wouldn't think about it looking at Rodriguez. He's younger than Kopylov. Kopylov is like a 34-year-old.
Super high on Kopylov. Like I know people used to fucking blaze this guy.
Yeah, like
Tracy, but
like
he's definitely good. I don't think he's bad.
He's mid. He's like mid.
Good.
Yeah,
he's a ranked.
He's ranked middleweight, but he's not like I don't think he's like super high level. I don't think he'll get further than this, especially at his age. And obviously, Gregory Rodriguez isn't that young.
I think Gregory Rodriguez, he'll knock out. If you don't get knocked out by him, I think you're going to win, and I think Kopylov's going to not get knocked out.
No, I think
he's a good chin. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. No. He's just going to do enough to him.
You know what? It kind of changed my mind on that. Like I feel like Kopylov actually might stick it out to the decision. I was kind of thinking Kopylov was gonna win by knockout, but you know what? Might as well stick to my gut. RoboCop by knockout. Like I said, that's just a fight to watch to interview. I think it's gonna be a fun fight. I think it's like no matter what happens, I think you'd be excited to watch it.
Yeah, if RoboCop wins and I get my pick wrong, and
it was like an amazing fight. Yeah, and if I get wrong and RoboCop has a fun fight, but it wins by decision, I'm not gonna be like, wow, I was wrong. I'll be like, wow, this was a good fight. Now we're moving on to the
Nickel.
Yeah, featured fight of the prelims.
Featured Champo Nickel. It's getting back in the win column. Easy dub here. Easy decision. I don't see him finishing this fight. I think he's just gotta get back to the basics. Take him down. I mean, MMA grappling is different than wrestling, which Bo Nickel had learned the hard way. But
I don't know. He beats
Vieira's
Hamza.
like a jujitsu guy. I feel like I don't. Bo Nickel has like he's not going to submit Bo Nickel,
No.
and he's not going to pressure him enough on the feet to. Like, he's not as good as Randy Ritter. He's not a terrible opponent. It's just a decent opponent for Bo Nickel. I think Bo Nickel's just going to
Yeah,
take
he
him
just.
down.
I think it's a step down
Avoid
from RDR,
submissions.
but it's a
Oh,
step
for
up.
sure.
It's a step up from everybody else he's faced.
Yeah, but it's still not a crazy step up. Like this is. I mean, I thought the fight with RDR was way too soon.
Yeah, I don't know why they tried for
That was
that.
just stupid as fuck. So I think he's gonna. I think he'll get a decision here. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't see him getting submitted. I feel like he's honestly gonna be. Like I feel like to beat Bo Nickel, it's not crazy hard. Like I think Kopylov Rodriguez would beat him.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that you just have to be. I don't feel like Vieira's just like an old jiu-jitsu guy. He's just gonna get taken down and kind of controlled, and even on the feet, kind of like we saw Paul Craig. I feel like Bo Nickel's just gonna be like faster.
I don't know. I honestly, yeah, but I feel like Rodolfo's better on the feet than Paul Craig is.
Probably, but I don't think
He's not like
I feel
crazy.
Like, yeah, I don't see.
I don't know. I think Rodolfo's going to win by decision. Honestly, I think he'll be able to stand up a little more than if Bo Nickel takes him down defensively.
A lot of these jiu-jitsu guys don't stand up.
Yeah, and he'll want it from maybe you never know. Maybe throw up a sub. You know.
I don't know. I mean, Bo Nickel, like he has decent jiu-jitsu. He won against Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, he's obviously good. I don't know. I honestly feel like Rodolfo's a better MMA fighter than Bo Nickel is. I think Bo. I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he's. I actually just don't think Bo Nickel is that good as an MMA fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I mean, I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's like a great athlete. I don't think in the sport of MMA, I don't think he's like super high level.
Lost to Andre Petroski, who I genuinely think is just the worst version of him.
I don't know. I guess we'll.
Andre Petroski.
MMA math's hard, bro. MMA math.
This isn't MMA math. I'm just saying Andre Petroski is literally like his style. If you watch him fight, he's literally just Bo Nickel, but worse.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see Saturday. I'm picking Vieira by decision, just because I don't really like Bo Nickel. I think it's boring. All right, we'll move on to the main card, the opener. Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis, God of War.
I love Benny Dariush, man. I love him, but I don't know. I picked him in his last fight against Moicano, and he did win.
Almost got chinned.
He just doesn't. Benny Dariush is like the perfect MMA fighter. He's got great skill. He's like 99 overall skill.
0 chin.
Just no chin. And he did get dropped, but like getting dropped on Moicano is bad. And I know Dariush lost to Moicano, but again, MMA math doesn't really work like that always. I feel like tough, but I love Dariush, but at this point in his career, he's been chinned like so many times. Every time he loses, he gets knocked out.
Just flatline.
I feel like Benoit all he has to do is just put the pressure on him, which
just walk forward and knock him out.
Yeah. I think he's got enough power that he'll be able to knock him. Like I can see him knocking him down and like submitting him.
Dariush is
but I would love to see Dariush win this fight. I love Dariush. But I remember thinking after the last when you almost get chinned by Moicano, like standing up on the feet, I was like, whoever he faces next, I'm probably gonna pick by now.
Dariush is a nightmare matchup for Islam, but low key, Benoit Saint-Denis is gonna most likely just walk him down, throw in some takedowns, stand back up, and just knock Dariush out. But I think he'll be you never know. Like Dariush is obviously really good.
Yeah, I mean he definitely.
So like he could. Yeah, I don't.
Just like Moicano did, but like I said, I feel like Dariush is just better all around. But
he's probably gonna get chinned.
I just think
gonna get chinned.
I just don't trust his chin. I'm just gonna pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think Saint-Denis by TKO, maybe even or just by decision, something like that. Like not get a knockdown or two. Don't outright. I actually don't know. They'll finish him. I don't think. I'm trying to think of like times Dariush got dropped and like got back up, and that can think of one in my head.
If he gets dropped,
he's gone. Yeah.
And he bounced back from Moicano, but Moicano has like no power at all. So I don't know how.
And he like and the way he went down, it was like he fell like.
Yeah, he's gonna have to win off control time. I just don't think his chin's gonna allow him 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, oh wait, Dariush did stand up against Moicano, but I was like, yeah, after he got like almost finished. But it was like there's a difference between getting dropped and there's and then getting like cold and then waking back up and still being in
Yeah,
the
and he
fight.
got knocked out by Armin. Armin's not known for his power.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I guarantee Dariush will control like the whole fight and then get knocked out at whatever time it is. Even if it's 2 minutes, he's gonna control the whole first 2 minutes and then
Get knocked out.
get
Yeah.
knocked out. If it's 10 minutes, that's. I just feel like I just don't trust his chin, which is sad. I love Dariush.
All right, we'll move on to Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. I got a little sneaky pick here. All right, they're both southpaws, right? Leon doesn't really get chinned. Prates doesn't get chinned. Primarily strikers. I don't see either of them getting chinned. I think Leon will have a good first round, and I think Carlos Prates will win a 29-28 decision. I think obviously Leon's going to go out there. And he obviously needs to win to get his career back, to make him look better. But I think Carlos is hungry as well. I think after his loss to Ian Gary, he's talking to me like, he's like, I haven't feeling a loss for the first time in a while. He was angry, he was mad. He's like, I hate that feeling. I need to get wins. I'm going to be a champion. But you know what I mean? Like obviously, he's a younger fighter. After getting a crazy knockout over Jeff Neal, I really think Prates is just going to outstrike Leon, even if it's just by bit. Like I don't think he's going to like a masterclass by Prates. I think it'll just be a fun little scrap. Carlos Prates will probably just be walking forward most of the fight, Leon on the back foot, throwing counters and stuff. But I could see him, I could see it going the opposite way too, where Carlos is backing up a lot of the fight too and landing some counters. But I don't think either of them are going to get dropped or chinned too much. So I think it's Prates by decision.
Yeah, this is a tough fight. Like I actually like part of me wants to pick Leon. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad. I definitely like would not want to bet on this fight because, like you said, Leon definitely needs a win. He's gonna be hungry and like you can point to he's only lost to grapplers really. Like his grappling is his biggest mistake.
Yeah, he's an amazing striker.
But also, it's like you look. This guy got dropped by fucking. Like you look at a lot of his wins. Like he never gets a lot of finishes. He got dropped by I like to say Gunnar Nelson. Obviously, Nate Diaz had him out on his feet basically.
Yeah.
Prates kind of reminds me of Nate Diaz a bit. They're both southpaws. Prates is a much better striker. I have to pick Prates just because, like I said, I don't know. I feel like Leon just doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if Leon wins this fight, but
yeah, I think it's going the distance though.
I feel like Prates is genuinely good, but it's just hard for me. It's like Prates looks so good besides the first 3 rounds against Ian Gary.
Yeah, he just stood
looked
there.
awful, and I feel like we kind of forget about that because he almost won at the end, and then he's bounced back with that win over Jeff Neal. But I don't know. I feel like Leon hasn't fought a striker in so long.
Yeah, it's a good matchup for both of them, but it's just.
I think Prates
yeah.
he just hits harder, and I feel like he'll knock him out in the second or third round.
Yeah, I could see him getting like wobbled, but I could just see Leon, just being defensive after that.
This being like a battle because Leon's he's very defensive, he's very sharp. Yeah. He doesn't usually get hit, but I feel like Prates is gonna. I feel like he'll find a shot.
I think it's a really close fight, honestly. On paper,
yeah, it's a banger fight. Like,
yeah. On paper, like I could see it going either way. I'm honestly, as a Carlos Prates fan, I'm kind of worried.
Yeah, I always get nervous too when someone's just like. I feel like the whole fan base just kind of.
They're overlooking Leon.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, dude, Carlos Prates, Carlos Prates' next title shot or something like that. Like I'm nervous about this. Like.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
This is a little scary.
For Prates.
Yeah, it'd be a really good win for Prates. It'd be a really good win for Leon. But you gotta hope Leon loses because Leon's close to the end of his career. He's not gonna get a title shot over this. So it's like I would rather see Leon lose and then have Carlos Prates in the top 5 and get a fight the winner of Sean Brady or Morales for the next title shot, depending on what happens with the JDM and Islam. Yeah, and Shavkat in welterweight's crazy.
This is a great fight. I'm just gonna pick Prates. Like Leon, again, I could see Leon controlling most of the fight, but Prates got to find. Like he just starts off too slow, which makes me nervous because it's only a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
But I feel like he'll find it. I don't think Leon's as tricky as a striker as Ian Gary. I feel like Prates could find. I feel he'll find his rhythm, but it's tough because he struggled with the speed of Ian Gary. But I don't know. I think he just hits harder, and if it's gonna be on the feet,
I think he's more dangerous than Leon too. I think he's just more
But I think he's gonna. I think
dangerous
he
for
needs a
sure.
knockout to win this
I think it's 29-20. I think he'll lose the first round and then win the next two. Just by just pure, scrap. Just get a little bit more damage in the fight, a little bit more reaction. He'll get more reactions out of Leon than Leon will get out of him. Like Carlos will land like a heavy left hand. Leon will step back, his whole head goes back. You know what I mean? And then if Leon lands this nice shot, like I don't think Carlos will be reacting. I think, especially with the crowd too, probably a majority Carlos Prates fans, they're gonna react. You're gonna hear more cheers when CP lands versus when Leon lands. So I don't know. I think we're choosing CP there, but I think I'm going decision. He's going knockout second to third round. Move on to exciting matchup in the welterweight division. Freaking why am I blanking on this? Morales versus Sean Brady. Yeah, it's crazy.
Underrated. I don't know why nobody's talking about it.
I know.
I don't know. This is.
It's a hard fight.
Close pick.
That's why I like this card. There's so many close picks and close, exciting fights.
It's one of the biggest fights, one of the best matchmaking the UFC has done, honestly. I feel like we haven't seen a ton out of Michael Morales.
Because he finishes so fast.
Young, yeah. He's undefeated. Like I wanted to see him get tested by Gilbert Burns.
He knocks him out.
Yeah. And he knocked him out, but that was
old Gilbert Burns. So it's like
Sean Brady fought him right before. I don't know. It's hard to tell exactly who was
did better against Burns.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell if Burns was. No, I'm saying it's hard to tell if Burns was just washed.
Or if like really good. Yeah.
I'm honestly gonna pick Morales again. I feel like kind of the same way I'm picking Carlos Prates. I'm kind of going by the same way. I think he's just more dangerous. I think his striking's better. I feel like I can't really see Sean Brady just
striking as well.
No, I can't see Sean Brady holding him down this whole fight. Maybe he will. I mean, he's just like Sean Brady's a stud. But I feel like Morales has. I'm pretty sure he has good strike or good grappling, but like we haven't seen too much. I just don't see him getting held out. I think his boxing is just crisper. He definitely has the long reach advantage. And I think it's gonna be a close fight. Like Brady's gonna have good pressure, but I think Morales is just gonna, keep getting back up and just doing more damage on the feet. I think he wins a decision.
Yeah, I actually agree with that completely. I think Morales is better on the feet for sure. Sean Brady is definitely a better grappler, like in total, like with his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But I think Morales has a better chance of just standing up and then keeping the fight on the feet. And especially every time he gets taken down, I think he'll stand up after at maximum. He'll take a minute to get up, and then he'll land. He hits hard, and I think he'll land the hardest shots on the feet and probably get a decision win, maybe even a knockout.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see Michael Morales. Sean Brady, we know is a legit.
Yeah,
so also like last time he really could control somebody was Bilal, and Bilal kind of just flipped it on him and then finishing him.
Yeah, so it's like whenever Sean Brady faces a grappler just as good as him, and yes,
he destroyed Gilbert Burns in the grapple. His pace is really good. We'll see. It's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, I'm using like that fight as an example, like the Bilal fight. Like Bilal's obviously a really good grappler, and he wasn't going to get controlled by Sean Brady. So I think Bilal actually does have underrated striking. So Sean Brady, I don't think was expecting to get like punched in the face that much. But no one really does. But I think Michael Morales is a more dangerous striker than Bilal, and maybe not as good as wrestling, but I think his stand up getting back to his feet will be better than Sean Brady thinks, and I think he'll probably get a decision or knockout.
Yeah. Co-main.
Banger.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
I think it's for the GOAT. Decides who the GOAT of women's MMA is, if we're being completely honest.
Probably does. I'm probably gonna pick Weili here. I don't know. I feel like Shevchenko hasn't looked
as great, good,
since like the whole Alexa Grasso trilogy or whatever. It was kind of
pointless.
I don't know. She hasn't looked great. And I mean, she obviously lost the one. The other one was a draw. The last one was kind of a boring decision. This Fiora fight, I think, was kind of a boring decision too. I feel like she's still really good, but she's not peaking right now. I feel like her prime, peak of her career is behind her.
Yeah.
I feel like Weili's just been looking better and better every fight.
Yeah. No, I
And
completely
I
agree.
think she's peaking right now, and that's all it's going to be. I think she's going to win like a decision. It's kind of the same method I had like doing the Terrence Crawford Canelo fight, where it's like they're both generational, but like
Who's a little
someone's
closer to the prime?
yeah. I feel like Whaley's peaking, and I think she's going to win this fight.
I completely agree. I think like when I was watching that Shevchenko versus Fiora fight, I was like, dude, I was like, maybe Fiora won that. I was like, I don't know. I feel like some of those the rounds that Shevchenko won were pretty close rounds. I was low
Yeah, she
key.
didn't look great.
She didn't dominate that fight.
I mean, I feel like we haven't had a Shevchenko performance that we're like,
Wow,
wow.
yeah, we've
Oh.
had the last few Zhang's performances have been a wow performance.
Yeah, she keeps
When she dominated Tatiana Suarez, I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. A lot of people weren't expecting that. When she dominated Yan, I was like, she literally like that was like a crazy fight that she destroyed Yan. Other than the one round where she got a little bit outstruck, but then the next round she just did the exact same thing and dominated. She won. She lost one round and almost finished Yan. So like I was like, so the last few Zhang's fights I've been like, wow, she looks really good. So I think she's more dangerous, and I think she's definitely closer to her prime. They're not both of them aren't young, but I think Zhang will win the fight probably by like a 49-46 decision or something like that. Like, when both people are so good, it's hard to expect the finish unless someone has enough power or like just a crazy skill up on one thing. I don't think either of them are obviously like that much more dangerous than the other, like knockout power submission. Like they're both really good, obviously, but if their last fights have gone to decision, I don't think this fight will end before that. So unless one of them gets really like is losing the fight and has to get risky to get you know what I mean? Like unless you're like, all right, I got no chance to win this fight, I'm gonna have to go all out. If I lose, I go out of my shield. If I win, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it'll be just a competitive fight, and John will win that by decision.
Yeah. Moving on, main event, biggest fight of the year,
Whew.
closest fight of the year. I honestly think
Yeah.
we're at main event. Like I don't.
I think it's the main event of the year for sure.
It's such a close fight. I go back and forth. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Like when I first heard this fight was announced, it's like part of me is I'm just gonna go with JDM.
Yeah.
Part of it's so hard to bet against Islam. Obviously, I mean he's so good. One of the best MMA fighters we've ever seen. One of the most complete fighters. We've seen him beat, Charles Oliveira, Volkanovski, Poirier. I mean, he's so good. And like JDM, we haven't seen a ton from him yet. But I've always thought JDM was just a great fighter, always underrated. I feel like some of these fights, like the Basil Hafez fight, people always
I don't know. It wasn't
this is a long time ago at this point, and it was a dominant performance.
Yeah, I don't know how it was a split decision. At last round,
absolutely destroyed. Yeah. The judging is the way it is nowadays.
He probably would have won like 30-26.
Yeah, he destroyed him.
It was
Kevin Holland. He clearly won that fight. It wasn't even that great a performance. He still won every round. And then I feel like he's young. He just keeps looking better and better. Coming off an arm injury, a year off, went in there against Bilal and looked great. I think he's going to look a lot better than he looked against Bilal, given that he had a lot of time off before that fight. He's young. Again, Islam's so good. There's so many different ways I could see it going. I just think Islam's going to take him down. But I feel like JDM, he gets back to his feet. Like, he just has too much urgency on the ground. He's going to get back to his feet. And yes, Islam has good striking, but I don't really see the power there. And I think JDM's he's just gonna be much cleaner. Kind of the way that we saw Poirier have success, JDM is gonna kind of capitalize in the same positions, but do a lot more. I feel like.
No, I agree. I'm picking JDM as well. I think he's gonna win by decision, maybe a 5th round TK, something super late. I don't think this fight will be ending it like really quick. I think it's gonna be
back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's probably if it's a decision, it's gonna be like a 48-47 decision. Yeah. It's not gonna be a 50-45 or 49-46. And speaking of his past performances as well, I agree with the one judge that scored it at 49-46. I don't know.
Against Bilal.
Oh yeah, against Bilal. Yeah, I don't know how the two of the judges scored the first round for Bilal. I think it was like clear. The first 3 rounds were a clear JDM. The last round was a clear JDM, and then the 4th round was obviously it was a close round, but I think Bilal definitely won it. So I think it was a clear 49-46.
Bilal's super
really good, yeah.
And Bilal I think he has a weirder style on the feet, almost like Islam is I think probably a better striker, but he's kind of a cleaner striker.
Yeah.
Where Bilal is kind of just like like a little kind of like a bowling ball, just pressuring
Yeah.
JDM, which is tougher to deal with. I feel like than with JDM. Like Islam's not going to be. He's not going to. He's a good striker, but he's not going to be cleaner than JDM. And
No.
if he's going to lose most exchanges on the feet.
No, yeah. And especially like every round Bilal got a takedown in, JDM won. I'm pretty sure. I think the fourth in the
round on him and almost finished him
in the fourth round, I don't even remember. Did Bilal get a takedown, or if he did get that takedown? I've watched this fight a bunch of times. I don't know how I can remember, but I think if Bilal got that takedown, I think he got a fence takedown that JDM just stood right back up in 30 seconds, like 5 seconds or something like that.
No, I think he had the most control time in the fourth, but for the most part, JDM.
But like, yeah, every round that Bilal tried to take him down or did take him down, JDM brushed it off pretty easily and went on to just stand on the feet, just beat the crap out of Bilal, almost finish him, or let off the pressure and just make the body language of Bilal look so bad, where the judge is like, "How can we score this for Bilal?" Or like his face looked so damaged. How do you score that for Bilal? You can't. And especially with that Gilbert Burns fight, people are like, "Oh, like if Gilbert Burns is taking you down and controlling you, like what about Islam?" Like JDM clearly won the first round. The second round obviously was Gilbert Burns. The third round was close until he got taken down, and then once he knocked him down, there's still like 2 minutes left in the fight. So I don't understand how people are like using that as like a super huge comparison.
Yeah, the biggest thing that in favor of Islam, I feel like he is the best submission threat.
Yeah, I'm scared of the Darce. I'm scared of the
armbar. Like Islam's great on the ground, but
Kimura.
that's his best path to win is just to get a submission, which is very possible. Islam also, I don't know. He's it's so hard to pick against Islam. He is one.
Yeah, it is. This is a hard fight to pick.
But I just feel like this is his worst. This is probably the only guy I picked to beat him at welterweight.
I think he beats Sean Brady. I think he beats Shavkat. I really don't know who he loses to, other than JD. Other than JDM.
It's gonna be a super close fight.
No, I think this fight will be crazy. I think
like I could even see it like a lot of people.
Yeah, like robbery. Yeah, but
not robbery, but it's
like dude, how do you score that round for JDM, bro? Like he barely. I mean, or like it's gonna be the opposite. If Islam wins, people are gonna be like, there's gonna be the JDM fans that are gonna be like, how do you score that round for Islam? I know he had like an extra minute of control time, but JDM clearly did more damage on the feet. So there's gonna be so much. No matter who wins this fight, unless it's a finish, there's gonna be arguments for either of them, for both of them, I think, because people are gonna be like, dude, how do you score that round? How do you score that? You know what I mean? So unless Islam gets that finished or JDM gets that finished, I think this fight will be talked about for a while.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I really think it's the highest level of skill of MMA we've seen
in a while, yeah.
Since Islam and Volkanovski. It's just gonna be a great, yeah. I think it's just a tough fight for Islam. Like he's just gonna have to. I don't know. He can definitely look for a submission, but I feel like people like he does have really good striking, but like he did good. He did good with striking with Volk, but JDM's just. He definitely has a bigger. I mean, he's bigger, so much different than Volk. Like his reach is a lot different. I feel like his striking's just gonna be too clean for Islam.
Yeah, he's a 2.5 extra inches of reach, extra inch of height, which isn't that much.
We really haven't seen Islam face.
He's younger.
The closest guy we saw him face would be Poirier, and he struggled in that fight, and that was a much older version.
A much more damaged, yeah. I don't know. I mean, he still won that fight pretty. Even if it went to decision, he would have won 49-46 probably. But like the rounds that he like in the striking rounds, you could be like, wow, Poirier was able to land some clean hits on him. And if those exact hits were to land by JDM, I think it would be a much different fight where you would see the Islam's damage showing. Like,
and I think JDM scrambling on the ground that will help.
Is much better.
Yeah. Islam's gas tank. So like in the first round, Islam kind of controlled Poirier. Didn't really use any energy. Not saying Islam has a bad gassing or anything, but I don't know. I think it's gonna help. I think JDM's gonna come on this fight late and really do some damage.
I think JDM will pressure Islam much more than he's used to. I think, other than obviously the Volk fight was really competitive, but like in Islam's last few fights, I don't think he's had to be worried about someone just coming at him and attacking him. Like with the Hanato fight, other than Arman would have been a really competitive grappling match. But I think with like the Hanato fight, was he really worried that
I mean, yeah. you
Yeah,
can't
he
really do
wasn't.
much with
Was
that,
he?
but
Yeah, was he really worried that Hinato was gonna just was gonna walk him down and put some hands on him? No, he was just worried. He wasn't worried. I don't think he was worried much. What against Poirier? Was he worried Poirier was just gonna try to like slam him out? Not like how he used to. I don't think so. Like because he's older. But I think this matchmaking where JDM's just a competitive. He's gonna walk forward and try and strike as best as he can with Islam. I think is a much different fight than Islam's used to in the last few years. So I think he's gonna have much. He's gonna struggle more against JDM than he has against anyone other than Volk for the first round, for the first fight. So, and obviously I'm not saying either of them suck or anything. I'm saying they're both really good. And it's a really hard fight to pick. So, but I think I might edge it over to JDM by 48-47 or something like that. But I would hope for I would just hope for a finish no matter who wins because I don't want people because then I'll get mad too when I have to like look through the comments and people are gonna be like, oh dude, how do you score that fight? And it's like I don't want to hear all this complaining for like a month or two, and then unless Islam wins, then I hope he wins by decision because I want to see JDM get finished. But if JDM wins, no matter what, I'll be happy. But if he wins by if there's no arguments after this fight, it'll be a much better thing because then you don't have people being like, oh, he could have won. It'll just be much better after the fight. That's all I'm worried about, honestly.
yeah, I'm super excited for it. It's a great card, best card of the year for sure.
Card of the year, main event of the year, co-main event of the year, honestly. Actually, I may be wrong.
It's a good fight.
I think I was for some reason I was thinking it's the best women's fight of the year for sure. Yeah. Actually, it might be the best women's fight of like the last yeah. So I don't know. Well, if you're a hardcore fan, you might say it's a co-main event. But yeah, I mean those are our picks for UFC 322. Amazing card. Really looking forward to it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So see ya.